think it's a gnoll.
Might be.
What would be the difference between a gnoll and a werewolf, look-wise?
Werewolves and stuff don't usually have armor and weapons and stuff. Do they?
I don't know.
Pretty sure they don't.
I don't know if I was a werewolf, if I have enough capability to go look for armor. That's an excellent point. Something we should keep track of as we search through the world of Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy. Here, I'll swap out here. Let you open that. Let's see.
This is just nope. This is just
Nothing in it?
there's stuff in it, but nothing. Yeah, it's just like the dogs, bears, shambling mound type stuff.
Right. Big humanoids. Does this mean giants?
Probably.
We should, one of these days when you have time, you take one of these, you know, just put a piece of paper on top of the box. This is what's in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this either has trolls or ogres or something of that type in it, and it has the oni.
Who?
The oni.
What's an oni?
Oni, the ornamental trolls, I guess is what the game called it.
Oh, ogre magi's?
Yeah.
We just used to call those ogre mages.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we're running low on let's see. Anything in this mess? In that mess?
I'm gonna say no, but I'll look anyways.
I saw a knoll or something, so.
Yeah.
A knoll or is it a.
Oh, these are gnolls.
Well then, maybe we don't have minis. How about in the
None of them have
Ravenloft?
werewolves. Actually, there is one werewolf that I know of.
One werewolf in the Ravenloft box?
Yeah.
What werewolf is that,
I
pray
don't
tell?
know. One of the bosses.
I used to wear rats.
Got giant rats from Reapers.
Yep. And the giant rats. That's not going to help us with werewolves. Let's see. Alright. Let's get rid of that starting soon thing. I guess we already did, didn't we?
There you go.
We found one werewolf. One werewolf. There's a werewolf. Alright. Actually, probably stick him up there. One werewolf. Which reminds me of this. I don't think we got rid of the starting soon. There we go. Let's get rid of the starting soon thing. There. Alright. Well. Spread this around. Don't need a DMG. That. We need this. We need this. We don't need a PHB. We need a 4, sure. Alright, so let's just slide these out. Put some of this on top. Alright, so. You ready?
Yeah.
Did you say you wanted to do more reading today?
If you want to.
That sounds like a no.
I'm fine to do as much reading as you want me to read.
Participate. Do you want to take anything on or not?
Sure.
So,
Hey there.
So offer to. Who we got?
We got.
Oh, sweet.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Already got a taboo word.
Uh-oh, already the taboo word?
Yeah.
Already? Oh, nice. Alrighty then. We don't have I guess we have a couple hats ready to go. So it'll be tough to do the Canis lupus. I think that, wow, look at me pull that out. I think it's Canis lupus is what one of those is.
I was just gonna go with pre-domesticated dog, but sure.
A pre-domesticated dog. All right. So how you doing? I can't read my glasses. I can't read who that is. Dog. I can just see the. So you tell me.
Valexion.
Ah, thank you for that. So what we were doing today on Monster Talk is one of these. That's out of focus, but that's going to be out of focus because that doesn't redo it. Is one of these.
Still out of focus.
I know, but it should become in focus. Unless I made it not focus.
I think you turned them off.
I turned off the focus. Wonderful.
Out of focus, yeah.
I didn't turn off the focus on yours.
No, you can just rotate it.
It just doesn't want to do it.
No, that one's isn't that one the one that you have to turn the?
No.
No.
Yes.
Oh, then maybe
maybe
you didn't change the focus.
No, I know. It's just doing it. All right. So we are doing Canis lupus. It's a lycanthropic thing. Oh, we should start our 5-minute timer though too. Where's the little egg timer?
Val said doing good. I've been trying to find a show, but can't find anything close enough.
A show?
Close enough to what?
Yeah, same. Do we count as a show? All right. So where could we? I know that they exist in this very first booklet, but they may exist in chainmail.
As bosses.
I can't read any of that, dude.
Val said, hear me out. New movie/series idea. Tabletop DM master. DM plays a game of life and death unbeknown to his customers. Meanwhile, the detective is busy solving a string of deaths. The case is leading nowhere until his new girlfriend pulls him into a game shop for a multiple session campaign, where it begins to grow suspicious. How can he confirm his suspicions without giving them away? And thus begins the game within the game.
Well, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And then we get to kill him too. All right. The lycanthropy is in chainmail. This is right here on page. This is page 33. Page 33 somewhere.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it on page 33. 33 of your famous chainmail. Looks like spells. I don't see anything. Oh, that's 32. 33. Spells.
Probably after the
Wraiths.
spells.
Spell complexity. I see nothing. But don't let that fool you. It's good old-fashioned hand-done stuff. It's on page 34. Turn the page. So, did you get the 5-minute start point for that we can't? So we are running. You can see the name up here. That is what we're running. We can't currently say the second half of that word. Due to a loyalty reward, which is a challenge. But on chainmail, lycanthropes.
And I'm not sure about that, Val.
What?
I asked if can you beat a lycanthrope by pouring silver flecks into their food?
I don't know. But having you try to get us the 5-minute timer has worked like absolutely nothing. So I will try to find a timer.
Yeah.
Because you're very good at the bit, but not much of the do bit.
Just call it 3 minutes. We've already been talking for a couple.
Okay, so there you go. Good job. Right. We've stalled. They're called shape changers. So in chainmail, lycanthropes. The two main types of lycanthropes are wereboars Oh, no, sorry, werebears. And
Wolves.
Canis loop.
Fuck.
You said it. Yeah, you said it. You said it. Taboo word. We need a like a. Oh no, like wah wah. Here you go.
Oh, I was gonna get my other hat.
Oh, what do you want to get?
The warm hat because it's kind of chilly out here.
Okay, well.
But I have to go run up inside and get it. This is
Yeah.
fine.
So you got 5 minutes to wear that hat.
Yeah.
But does that cancel the word, or the word still has 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Word still has 2
Where are you
minutes.
seeing the clock?
I don't know, but you're the keeper of the time, so.
Yep. I also have to switch my phone.
Your competence amazes me.
All right.
We didn't get past one mention of it. All right. The lycanthrope will bring a number of animals of the were type with it, and this adds to their fighting ability. If they are fighting inside of or within 6 inches of a wood other than Entwood, they will double their melee capacity. Lycanthropes attack as 4 armored foot. That's a column in this chainmail. Basically, you're a common foot soldier. And defend is 4 heavy foot, which is a stronger soldier. It takes 4 simultaneous hits from either missiles or melee to kill a lycanthrope in normal combat. Magical weapons will kill them in a single hit. Lycanthropes can see in the darkness. And that is the humble beginning of the... Oh, you can say it, huh?
No.
You just said it again.
I mean, that just switch.
Huh?
Is that just switch again?
No, do you? I don't remember the rules. We don't have the rules that set up.
You know the rules, and so do I.
All right, so that's...
Also, 5 minutes is about up now, so...
All right, so we can now say the taboo word?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it one more...
I still have the hat, though.
Yep, you still got the hat for a few more minutes. So we are doing Werewolf. And we are dissecting, and the very first bit was lycanthropes and chainmail. We will move on to number 2, which is still first edition. This is the white box version. And we got lycanthropes right there on page 1. Number appearing 2 to 20. Variable. So let's see where we mention them. Probably under. This is not even close to alphabetical. I mean, it's like the added stuff, move stuff around.
Monsters A to Z.
That's later. That's even
That's
more.
2.
That's more advanced than this booklet.
That's second, I think.
Okay. Griffins, ogre jelly.
Ochre.
Yeah.
Not ogre.
No, it's ogre jelly. It's not okra.
I said ochre.
I know. Ogre jelly. Okay, where are werewolves? There they are. Werewolf. They're wolf. Get
Everywhere
it?
there, wolf.
Lycanthropes. There are 4 now. They've doubled since the last time. There are now 4 kinds of lycanthropes with varying armor classes. Movement, blah, blah. There's a werewolf, wereboar, weretiger, werebear. We're doing werewolf, which in the first edition has AC 5. Moves 15.
AC 14.
Something like that. This isn't quite even first edition, so it might even be a little different. 4 hit dice. And they're neutral or chaotic. Groups of lycanthropes are either packs or family packs. Packs from where I pushed a hole in there so I can't read it. Looks like a 20 or something. Something 2 to something. Family packs are from 5 to 8. Groups from 8 to 20 are more likely to be packs, 2/3, then several family packs, 1/3.
Okay.
A family pack will consist of 2 adults and the balance of young of varying age, 1/2 and 9/10 grown. You gotta like that very first white box, huh?
Yeah.
If the young are attacked and the female adult will fight at triple value for 4 melee rounds, but thereafter drop to 1/2 value. If an adult female is attacked, its mate in the family pack will fight at double value. Oh my god. Thereafter, When adults are killed, all young under 9/10 grown will be subdued. Those of 9/10 growth will fight until dead. Anyone seriously wounded by lycanthropes, assume about 50% of total possible damage, will be infected and himself become a similar lycanthrope within 2 to 24 days, unless they are given a cure disease spell by a cleric.
Okay.
So think about that.
If I recall, just from seeing stuff in it, people tried to go out of their way or something to become werewolves, right?
When? Oh, in D&D?
Yeah.
I don't, not in our group, but I can see where somebody would, as just a power gamery, broken, right off the bat thing.
Huh.
I mean, if you play it right, you don't want it because you lose control of your character.
I think it's something similar with like the whole vampire become a vampire thing.
Could be.
Whereas, yeah, you're alive forever, but you have to work for them every now and then.
Itty bitty limiting space. Here you go. We got this for Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. To me, that seems a bit broken, but as long as people play and have fun, that's fine. I'm sure people did seek it out. There's rules in the DMG first edition, got pretty technical with lycanthropy, but we are just doing Monster Manual Werewolf today.
Okay.
So I don't think we're going to get too into the whole disease. There's actually other pages on the disease in this booklet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Either there or in the other booklet.
Chainmail or the...
No,
in
the white box. So, now we make it to where... Oh, here. Let's give you something to stare at. And by you, I mean VOD, right? Let's see. Slideshow. Ooh, that looks creepy.
Yeah.
It's a good one. W. What is all that Streamlabby stuff?
Yeah. It's almost...
Can you beat a... Oh, by pouring silver what? Flex?
Yes, flex in the food.
Flex in their food.
And at the time
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It would do damage if they were pokey, right? Like sharp? Because it takes a silver weapon to do damage.
Uh-huh.
But, that's what I was going to say, too. Like, you just mentioned
right?
getting the disease, right?
Yeah.
And they say it takes at least, like, 50% of the damage. It's like, nowadays, you watch a zombie movie, and it's like, the zombie goes, like, touch! And you're like, oh! And you become a zombie.
Okay.
It's like, come on, your body has to be able to do something, right? And you've done your 5 minutes time, I think, with your hat of shame.
That's not maybe.
I think it's awesome. That's funny. This one can no longer be used by you.
Okay.
So it's available to me.
Right, next one I'm running instead of get my warm hat, but
Okay. Are you cold?
a little.
You're kidding.
It's like 60 without the sun.
Oh my god. So Wolf. What the heck is it not in here?
I think it's in the lycanthrope still.
Under L
Yeah.
for lycanthrope.
Yeah. That's why I think it's under lycanthrope still.
So sometimes I just went past Rock Grub. I had a couple. Our VOD was like not muted. It was unpublished.
Oh, it was?
Like, yeah. What is that for?
Don't know.
And then we also have like Enkeg. It's like in the highlights like 4 different times. It was a blank, right? It didn't say what it was. So I had to go in and I started to decide what, figure out what it is and put it on the label.
You
And it's like,
it 4 times?
yeah, I like saved it like 4 times because it probably kept saying,
Save.
Okay. Have we ever done Manicore? Okay. Lycanthrope. Lizard.
Yes, we did Manicore.
Lizard man. Lycanthrope. There's a lycanthrope. I'm a liking it. Okay. They've used even smaller. God, look at that text, dude.
Why is this so small?
Look.
I said I'd read it if you wanted me
It's
to.
just like non-existent. It's like 2-point text. But anyway, let's get rid of that.
I'd read it if you want me to.
I got it. I'm fine. I haven't read anything yet. So, frequency for the werewolf. They now have 5, by the way.
Probably
Werebear,
uncommon.
wereboar, wererat, weretiger, werewolf. Now we know where the wolf is. Look, they got a wereboar. He looks silly.
Yeah.
And they got a werebear. Look. That's, for the record, the Transformer sound.
I never watched that.
Doesn't mean it's not the sound.
I know. Just saying.
Lycanthropes are humans with the ability to assume animal form. It makes it sound like they're just a druid. During the hours of darkness, they most commonly shape change to their animal form. In periods of a full moon, lycanthropes are 90% likely to be compelled to assume their other shape. They usually move about as humans for whatever purposes they may have. Each type has its own language, which is spoken in addition to common.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty good.
And is that when they're in human form, or just or is that just when they're an animal?
Well, as usual, first edition probably not going to address that yet.
I know.
That's a very
so
good
what
question.
would you rule?
At this at first edition
Yes.
stage at this point right now, I'd say in human form it could speak common, and in wolf form it could only speak werewolf. That's what I would do. Which
Yes.
of course might make it so you didn't want to be a werewolf. But you shouldn't want to be a werewolf if you're a human. Even if you're a sick, depressed, fantasize about the macabre.
What if you're
Even
dying?
if you should, and you want to go, right? Become a werewolf. You should, and you seek it out, and then you become a werewolf.
Huh?
There should be a moment, right? This moment is like, haha, become a werewolf, and then you become a werewolf, and you should have a, oh, fuck. Like, that was a mistake.
I don't know.
So it'd be like, my life sucks, I'm gonna be this, and then I'll be a werewolf, and then you like, as if it couldn't get worse. Now I'm a werewolf. Now I'm a depressed, can't die.
If only they chose the Gould, they couldn't feel depressed.
The what?
If only
A
it was
Gould?
yeah, because
Like from Stargate?
yeah, remember that last
They're
episode?
crossing genres. You can't be Stargate
Yeah,
today.
but you kind of referenced it.
What?
The last episode we watched, they had the cancer guy go to get infected
so
by the
they
good
get
one.
healed. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I referenced it. There you
a
go.
little bit. Yeah, this is the theme.
Yes.
Of that
Any
one.
humanoid creature bitten by a lycanthrope for damage equal to or greater than 50% of its total percent.
No, so it just
potential.
has to be the one that crosses the line. No. In one.
Yeah, as long as you take 50%.
If the bite by the lycanthrope is the one that sent, if that bites
If
it
any
at
creature
or below
bitten
50.
by a lycanthrope for damage equal to or greater, it has to have been chewed on for 50%.
Okay, so it has to have 50 damage from the lycanthrope.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. 50% damage.
It says bitten by a lycanthrope for damage equal to or greater than.
Alright, so you have to keep that tracker separate. Got
Yeah.
it.
So claws don't count?
Nope.
Gotta chew on it. Which, if you think about it, you make a regular humans because it's like you got a D6 or something probably on average. Probably a D4 because you're not an adventurer, right? Mm-hmm. So if you don't kill them, just kind of go, it's a love tap, love bite, a love nip. You can make them more of them. But are they still bringing other lycanthropes? Let's see. If you got 50% but not actually killed and eaten, you're infected by the disease of lycanthropy. If the person is carrying belladonna, that's a weed, there's a 25% chance that this will cure the affliction if eaten within an hour. That's cool.
So eat a bunch of that stuff.
That's good to know, right?
Yeah.
If that's one of those, let them figure that out, carry that, and find some. Note that this infusion will incapacitate the person for 1 to 4 days, and there's a 1% chance of the poison in it killing the creature. Otherwise, a cure disease spell from a 12th level or higher from a 12th
Cleric?
or higher level patriarch must be placed upon the creature within 3 days, or will become a lycanthrope in 7 to 14 days. There are some other forms of lycanthropes, but these are very rare in the extreme. So, I always find it funny. I mean, if you wonder, it's like, wow, it's like the rules were kind of made up as they went.
Yeah.
But, right? They still are an official rule, right? But they kind of get made. It's like, well, then there's and we always joke about how it feels, tacked on, or it's like all one big sentence. But that's because totally the guy went, well, you gotta do that. You gotta get one of these things. That'll work. And then it's like, okay, we didn't get it. Okay, now you're gonna be a lycanthrope. Am I a lycanthrope now? No, you got 7 to 14 days. So
I got
it's a
3 days
D6.
to go find the cleric.
What is it? It's 7 plus a D6 plus 1.
What?
It's 7 plus a D6 plus 1.
What is?
How long it'll take you after you've not gotten it. So then we'll skip over to werewolf. There he is.
Huh. Oh,
like,
eat. That's like the werewolf from American Werewolf in London Werewolf.
Hang on. He's this guy right here.
That's like the...
Gonna get ya.
That's like the costume
this-
they had him in after the transformation.
Was it silly?
No.
I thought it was really cool. But then I saw it back in the day when we were busy playing Atari football
Or
with
maybe
little
I'm thinking of
squares.
Teen Wolf. I don't know. Which one I think
Teen Wolf is what you're thinking of, where he played basketball.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
We watched them like back to back. I don't know what you wanted.
Did we really?
Yeah, you had us. Yeah.
I didn't have you. Your mom made you watch Teen Wolf. I probably said, what? We're watching Teen Wolf. You gotta watch American Werewolf in London.
I don't know.
Werewolf. In their human form, werewolves are very difficult to detect, for they can be of nearly any build and or either sex. Werewolves are prone, either sex. They don't say anything about it being human. Apparently, it has to be human. Nobody's even assumed. Well, I mean, why not a dwarf werewolf?
Maybe
none of that's even
it's only a human
disease. No one said that. I mean, it's in their human form. They've implied it, but they haven't said anything about demi-humans, right?
Yeah.
It just never came up, apparently. Werewolves are very difficult to attack. Werewolves are prone to retain bipedal form in their wolf state, but werewolves, wolves which can become man. Why would they tell us that?
I don't know.
Wolves that can become men.
Uh-huh.
Always take normal wolf form. Oh, no. Wolf wears. I read it wrong. Wolf wears.
Okay.
Which are wolves that can become men. Always take normal wolf form. But...
on the sunniest of days...
I can't read
something
it.
Like that,
tiny.
right? Do you need me to read?
But sorts are likely to be found in a pack. What's this word?
No, you lost it.
I don't know where it was.
Where?
But sorts. Something are be found in packs. Right down there.
Both sorts are likely
Both sorts. Okay. It's just tiny. Both sorts are likely to be found in a pack. Werewolf packs can be family groups if they number 5 to 8. Family packs consist of a male, female, and 3 to 6 young of 60% to 90% growth. Here we go. The male will fight on +2 to hit and full damage each time he hits if the female is attacked. That's cool, so just max damage. Mm-hmm. If the cubs are attacked, the female will attack at +3 to hit and do full damage possible each time she hits. The young fight at -4 and -1 to hit, according to their maturity.
So you really
And
want to
they
concentrate
inflict-
your fire.
And they inflict 2 to 5 points of damage per attack. 1d4 + 1. There you
Yeah,
go.
so you really want to concentrate your fire.
Well, you always want to concentrate your fire. What do you mean?
No, like,
Well, isn't it just the
you
same?
hit the male, then you hit the female, then you get the young.
Well, see, what's gonna so, but in the first edition, they're in back here in these books. The female was only gonna attack super hard for 4 rounds, so now she can attack all the time.
Yes.
But so what? What's the most efficient order then? The werewolf gets really pissed if you attack the female.
So you hit him.
Right, so you just attack him.
Yes.
If you attack the cubs, what happens? Is he also gets pissed if you attack the cubs, or she gets pissed?
She gets pissed. So you had to attack him, then
So you
her,
kill the
then
cubs later.
Yes.
So what they've done
Uh-huh.
by getting pissed like that
Uh-huh.
is make it so their cubs will be defenseless.
Yes.
So that's good to know. Don't attack the cubs. Attack the male first, then attack the female. There you go.
You had to add some plurals there, but yeah.
What? Wolves?
5 to 6 adults in the whatever it said.
The family pack?
Yeah.
I don't know. It got kind of wishy-washy on that. They glazed over it there. All right. So go to 2nd edition of the Monstrous Manual. Monstrous Manual. Let's see. Get you some more pictures. And they're under lycanthrope. So we shouldn't have put werewolf. We should have put lycanthrope-werewolf.
I think that's implied.
You know these things. Not everybody knows these things. Oh my goodness. So lycanthrope general has 1, 2 walls of text.
It's chilly out here.
Are we going to skip that and just go to the werewolf?
Oh my god. How many lycanthropes are there in there?
Oh, okay. So that's good point.
Is that a lycanthrope seal?
It's a lycanthrope seal. So I'm not sure we're going to go through all this right now. Lycanthrope general information. 2 walls of texts. That but it is humans. See, look, lycanthropes
You really know that.
are humans who can transform themselves to resemble normal animals or monsters. The term lycanthrope is actually a misnomer coming from the roots lycos, wolf.
Huh?
I thought it was lupus was wolf.
I don't know.
Lycos and arthropos. Why would they hyphenate that? Anyway, which is man. More correct term is
The where?
therianthrope. From the, again, hyphenated therios, animal, and anthropos. What? Who got that
I
hair
don't
up
know,
their
but that's
ass?
probably going after anthropomorphic, but I don't know why you wouldn't just say that.
Who got that off there? Let's see. However, since werewolves are the most common therianthropes, the term lycanthrope has gained much more popularity and more common usage. My God, I didn't know it was a master's
Only a
dissertation.
big backstory.
So
man.
anyway, they have the lycanthrope sea wolf. That's cool, actually. I mean, that's really pretty cool. And I don't mean to mock it.
But did they
I
say
mocked it.
anything about it, why it only affects humans?
I didn't get there. Lycanthrope werebat, yeah, because in the world of there's humans, because they were made before the whole game stuff. Who was that?
Your computer's buzzing.
Well, maybe that means one of my cameras are working. Ding.
You expect too much.
Oh, I was showing you this. Sorry, as I zip back and forth. So this has, second edition has sea wolf, werebat, werebear, there's bear, wereboar, werefox, also known as foxwoman,
Okay.
Where rat.
Really?
Just trust it.
Okay.
Where rat.
What about the male fox woman?
That's for another day. Where raven. Where tiger. Werewolf. Their wolf. Okay, so that's what we will read today. Or are you wanting me to
No,
back
this
up?
is good.
Well, you had a good question, though. Do they say why only humans? Let's skim. To further confuse the issue, there are creatures like the wolf were and jackal were, animals which can assume human form. These creatures, antherians, for lack of a better term, pass the... Oh my god. Yeah, I'm going to skip the doctorate
Yeah.
description. Contracting. Here, this is worth mentioning, right?
Yes.
Although the forms of attack vary with each species, all true lycanthropes... Why didn't they call them that word that they just spent 5 minutes telling
I
us?
don't know.
All true lycanthropes can transmit their dreadful affliction.
Well, so dreadful.
Any humanoid creature... Is it? Humanoid now.
Uh-huh. Oh, there we go.
Injured by a lycanthrope, but not actually killed, and presumably eaten, has a chance to contract lycanthropy. The chance equals 1% per point of damage caused by the lycanthrope. Gone is the 50% requirement.
Yes, they just gotta sit there and get nibbled on.
You can 1% at a time. 1% per point of damage caused by the lycanthrope. Well, wait a minute. What if I only have, I'm a first level wizard and I've got 4 hit points? And I get 3/4 of my hit points chewed away. That's only 3 hit points.
Uh-huh.
That means I only got a 3% chance of contracting the disease?
I don't think it swings for less than 5 or so. So I think you're just dead.
You don't know what?
I think it swings for less than 4. I think you're just dead.
Don't want no weak ass wizard. All right, here's our mini that we're using today.
Right? What's its plus to attack?
Oh. Werewolf don't want no weak ass wizard. Just eat it. Just eat it.
Eat it.
Okay.
Eat it.
So, hang on. They're going to go through the math for us. Okay?
Okay.
Some lycanthropes transmit their afflictions only through the bite. Others through any natural attack, and some even through the weapon they use.
Oh no.
For ease of bookkeeping, if a character suffers 24 points of damage from all attacks from a true werewolf, the character has a 24% chance to become an infected werewolf. Wait, you'd be an infected werewolf? You'd be an infected human.
No. Humans are just uninfected werewolves.
So we're all uninfected werewolves.
Yes. We're just
You're
waiting
a werewolf. You're a werewolf.
We're just waiting for that one enzyme we're gonna kick off like crazy.
And then, now I'm a werewolf.
Yep. Like Lyme's disease. Oh, you got bit.
Yep, werewolf.
Instead of becoming
awesome.
allergic
Can
to
you
red
imagine
meat, you become a
yourself-
wolf monster.
So like Fright Night, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched? We've shown Fright Night, right? The original one with the vampire movie.
I have no idea. Yeah, I think so.
And this guy, he tells you all the things that it takes to, how you keep the
on TV, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So here it'd be
And
like,
then they hire him. And he's like, "Oh, I never actually did anything."
well, no, somebody else read something beforehand. But anyway, the people are going to get infected, right? They're busy. So if like this movie of us becoming a werewolf, we'd have the scene where we'd be saying, how it take them. Actually, if we just did the scene, we're now going to become werewolves. We just did our you can't make me a werewolf scene. If a character eats belladonna within an hour of the attack, there's a 25% chance that this will cure the affliction. Okay, so that's the same still. It definitely incapacitates the character 1 to 4 days. Note that only a sprig of belladonna need be eaten. It must be reasonably fresh.
Where's that preserve spell? Can we have a use for the preserve?
I've had this for days.
Herb spell.
Wait, what you got?
Emeritus said, greetings and
Greetings. And do you smell fire? Do you smell that?
I do.
We're not on fire, right?
Mm.
All right.
It could be.
Should I go outside and see if we're on? It's just the neighbors starting their fireplace.
Probably, but I can go look and get a
Nah, not yet. I'll go there. We're actually. I'll show you where we're at. You've missed chainmail and click. We did it in chainmail and we. No, we didn't.
It was salutations from humans. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Humans were the few people that are allowed to become lycanthropes. Although in the first few editions it was a human only. Now it's humanoid. But we're not even in the second edition's werewolf. We're on the lycanthrope general, and
just picking
through it a little bit to see what's a little different. So now your belladonna, in the first edition, your belladonna could be eaten. It didn't have to be fresh. But apparently, between first edition and second edition,
he's like, you actually go look.
You actually have to. You can't have that belladonna that you picked 6 years ago.
You can go look for that, or you can make contracts to run down the road, run to town.
You run to the place that sells belladonna.
No, run to the place that sells the cleric that goes ooba dooba dooba.
Sells the cleric. That's called a church.
Yeah.
Or whatever temple.
I think it depends.
Note. Okay, the sprig must be only sprig.
But it needs a high level one, so your little needs a high level magic user. So you probably need to go to like.
Well, not yet. We're not sure. It used to be 12th level. Note that the sprig needs to be eaten, but must be reasonably fresh. Picked within the last week. If too much is eaten, the character may still be cured, but incapacitated for 2 to 4 days. Last edition it poisoned him and died.
Yes.
The only other way to lift the affliction is to cast a remove curse on the character on the night of a full moon, or the night immediately preceding or following the full moon.
Okay. So I just said the 3 days are out of the full moon.
No. On the night of the full moon.
One must count to 3.
Or 1. Or 2.
Preceding, then it follows.
As long as 2 is the night of the full moon, you can count to 3. 4's right out. Let's see. After remove curse is cast, if the character makes a successful saving throw versus polymorph, the curse is broken. Otherwise, the changes take place and the spell has no effect. Cure disease and other healing spells and abilities have no effect against lycanthropy. Only infected lycanthropes can be cured.
What?
Only infected lycanthropes can be cured.
So the one that started out as a lycanthrope.
The one that's just a human?
The one that wasn't born a lycanthrope.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you could be born a lycanthrope. Look at you. Look at you go. To a true lycanthrope, lycanthropy is as natural as breathing. Is breathing? I guess breathing's natural.
It depends if
I'm not gonna rule lawyers breathing.
It depends if you're thinking about it or not. Emeritus said meaning a purebred cannot be cured, yeah.
Yes. But he wouldn't want to be cured. There's nothing to cure him of. That'd be like curing me of being human.
Yes.
I just am human. And the condition cannot be altered. True lycanthropes have complete control over their physical states. They are not affected by darkness, phases of the moon, or any other situations which traditionally affect infected lycanthropes.
Okay.
Affect infected lycanthropes. That's tough to say. I'm going to skip past this now to get to our specific. There's more stuff on lycanthropy, and maybe someday we'll do a whole thing on just lycanthropes, but right now.
Just 2 lycanthropes.
Just yeah.
That'd be like a whole year.
This year on Monster Talk.
2nd edition lycanthropes.
Okay, so we're going to skip over to here.
It'd probably be like 2 or 3 months.
All right. In case you haven't seen it, I'll show it again. There's my mug. What's this music?
Something you made.
All right. Lycanthrope werewolf. Guess what terrain they're in?
Woods. In the woods.
What else?
Civilization.
What else? Sorry, it says any. You couldn't get it wrong.
What's their rarity?
Frequency is common. They're everywhere.
You're just as likely to encounter one in
As
a
a
city
human.
as a human.
Any person you see in the city is just as likely to be a lycanthrope. That's
Or
good.
not to be.
Or night.
Because everybody's secretly into lycanthrope.
Apparently. They're in packs. Nocturnal. Their diet is a carnivore. Intelligence is average. 8 to 10. How can you... If they bite people and you bite someone that's in, like... Whatever. I'll just skip that. I mean, obviously, if I had a 13 intelligence and I get bit, I didn't become an 8 to 10. So, obviously, this is just the...
Yeah.
You're random. I rolled a werewolf. All right.
This is what makes it fair in this edition to fight against it.
Sure. Hit dice. 4 plus 3. Thaco, 15. That's probably, what, a plus 5? I wonder if that's what way it would be. I don't know. I haven't looked that
To
up.
hit armor class what?
0. Oh, so that'd be hit armor class 20. Or 18 to 19 to 20. What is your random standard thing to add? I guess you'd add 5 or something. I don't know, whatever. I don't
What's
know.
their to hit armor class 20? What's their thing?
Thaco.
What's their Thaco?
At 15.
Yeah, so it has to be like plus 5, right?
Maybe, I don't know. We've never discussed that. I never dug that out. We'll figure that out. Number of attacks 1. Damage attack 2 to 8.
I think I might have figured out Thaco.
There you go.
Probably not. We'll come back to it later.
What?
Next time you mention it, I'll
Thaco,
forgotten
okay.
about it.
Special attack surprise.
Surprise!
Special defenses hit only by silver or +1 or
Magic.
better magical weapons.
What if it's not plus 1 but gives you other magical
+1
properties?
or better.
It would be better.
Plus. What's better than +1?
Vorpal? Plus 0 Vorpal?
Nope.
Nope.
Don't hit me. Werewolves are the most feared of the lycanthropes. Well, the picture doesn't look the scariest. I'd be more scared of a were-tiger, but okay. Men who can transform into wolf-like beasts. They should not be confused with wolf-wares. Apparently, they're confused with wolf-wares.
Well,
'Cause
gee,
every
if
time
you
they-
reverse the name and create a whole other monster based off the reverse name.
Hey, what is this thing? That's Latin QV. I don't remember what that means. I mean, I know what it's always
don't know.
done, meaning the
Best I
editor's
got.
done that. Anyway, don't confuse them with wolf-wares, which are wolves who turn into men. Great enmity exists between wolf-wares and werewolves.
Uh-huh.
All right, then. The human forms, again, it says human forms. It should be humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
The human forms of werewolves have no distinguishing traits. Okay. The werewolf form is equally varied. Many have a bipedal form that is a hybrid of a human and lupine features. These creatures are about 1 foot taller and stronger than their human forms. The bodies are fur-covered and have short tails, wolf-like legs, and heads that are a combination in varying degrees of human and lupine features. Lupine. A second form of hybrid is more wolf-like and may be mistaken for a large wolf when it runs on all 4 legs. This hybrid can also walk erect and has human-like hands, which means it can like hold the sword. Or also never in Metamorphosis Alpha,
Yes.
one of the big creatures is wolfoids. They're mutated wolves.
They're space
hold
werewolves.
Guns and stuff.
They're space wolfmen.
Yeah, what a wolf man. Hey, there you go. There's a wolf man.
Alright.
All right, baby. There's a wolf man coming at you live. That wasn't a bad imitation. How do you know?
So I'm just agreeing with you?
I know, you always do. That's what Ed McMahon. Yeah. Yeah. This hybrid can also walk erect and has human-like hands. We said that. Another type of werewolf, about 20%, looks exactly like a large wolf about the size of a bear. This creature has no human features, although the eyes can glow red in the dark, as if it has anything to do with human features.
Yeah.
Combat. In their human forms, werewolves attack with a variety of weapons.
What? This is going to give us an example?
Like humans, apparently. Yes, a variety of weapons. Generally, those common to their human identity and class. In the werewolf or wolf-like forms, the creature attacks with its fearsome teeth. What are those? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, with their teeth. If the form has hands, the werewolf may grab its prey for a better bite. In the wolf form, the werewolf can be harmed only by silver or magical weapons of +1 or better. Wounds from other weapons heal too quickly to actually injure the werewolf. Werewolves attack in packs. The music sounds loud. Werewolves attack in packs. Packs including females and young drive the adults to hit harder. If the female is attacked, the male fights at +2, this is like before, and does full damage with each blow. If the young are attacked, the female attacks at +3 and does full damage. Cubs with 60% growth are -4 to hit. Cubs with 70% are -3 to hit, and so on. The cubs inflict 2 to 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Habitat in society is your ball of wax, boy. There you go. Come on, focus on that. It's not focusing.
Oh, there's a lot. Well, werewolf packs roam the wilderness in search of human or other prey. True werewolves tend to be nomadic, although infected werewolves often continue to live the life of which they were accustomed.
That's the life for me. Yo ho, a werewolf life for me.
There you go. Werewolf on a boat.
It's just like a joke. Werewolf on a boat.
No.
That's not like Bob.
There's a werewolf
Skip
on the boat, and you're out at sea, and he
That's
turns.
a good one. Nice. And no one knows who it is?
Yep.
Ooh. Fun fact. My parents are werewolves. Wait, what? No, I was kidding. Named me after Quentin Collins, the werewolf from the Dark Shadow. Everybody knows the Dark Shadow knows. Or is it nobody knows the Dark Shadow? That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
You could use that against your parents.
At least they were creative.
No, it's totally cool. I'd like it. I can just see as a parent how that could be thrown back into my face one day.
Oh, what the thing that I always throw back at you?
What do you throw back?
I just said at least they were creative.
What's not creative about Dawson? What'd you want to be called? Moon Unit?
I don't know.
Smudge Button?
No, I'm fine with it. I'm just.
Why do you ask? Smudge Button? I just made that up. That's creative. Smudge Button.
Yeah,
we will now from this day forth.
There's actually 2 people named the alphabet in America.
From this day forth, you will be named Smudge Button.
No.
Smudge Button. I gotta write that down. Smudge Button. Why do you look dead inside?
I am.
Sit up, boy.
No.
It's
too cold.
Look. Want me to get you a blanket?
No, my hat.
You want me to go get you your hat?
No, I want to go get it.
Well, okay. Sit up.
No.
You look like you're... Sit up. Come on.
I am sitting up.
There you go.
Now I'm leaning forwards.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I'm going to get you... You're just leaning... That's because of these old seats. Use your pillow.
Werewolves retreat to their dens during the winter months of the years when the females are raising the helpless cubs.
Helpless cubs, they do 2 to 5 points of damage.
Yeah, as humans, werewolves do not build homes, although they may take over existing dwellings.
They're for one of us. Oh, that's for both of us. That one that controls our mic. Hang on.
Oh no. Oh no, what have you done?
He doesn't know what he's done yet.
Oh no.
Hang on.
Oh no.
One of my favorites.
What have you done? What have you done? Probably speak slower. Hey there, polygraph. Hello, polygraph. We have time chat. You've arrived when Emeritus has chosen to redeem Fee-Fi-Fo. So for the next few minutes, we will be speaking like this, which may make it difficult for you to understand what we say, so we may repeat what we say a number of times or later. I will now announce Werewolf Habitat and Society. We're already in the middle of that. We're in the middle. Werewolves retreat to their dens during earlier said that as humans, werewolves do not build homes. Although they may take over existing dwellings, sometimes the home of past victims. Caves and burrows are the dens most commonly used in the wild. These sparsely furnished retreats are used mostly as a sleeping area and a place to store their human possessions. Wait, what? Yes. The dens are stored. They either live in they kill someone and take their house, okay, or they'll live in a hole that they put their shit in, out in the woods, yes. So they either act like a wolf, or a man. Yes. That's a stretch. I know. Hey, look. Is that the guy, is that Emeritus right there? Is that it? No, well, then keep reading on. These sparsely, many werewolf families roam the countryside in wagons, much like gypsies. Gypsy wolf. In fact, this is caused many gypsies to be accused of being werewolves. Oh, that's like in Europe, yeah. Werewolves live in packs generally related to bloodlines, where werewolf packs of 5 to 8 individuals or single-family groups consisting of a male, female, and 3 to 6 cubs, 6 to 9 years old. You know, I feel a lot better than I did last week when I had COVID. Do you feel better? Yes. That's nothing to do with werewolves. That would be that's not like this anyways. I'm going to read this all again. Yep, of course you will. Can you understand us? Are you entertained? What are you gonna do with your life? Maybe we should talk in a high voice and see if it sounds normal. It doesn't. Are you sure? Yes. Because I listened to it. It sounds like even less intelligible. Understanding is questionable, but entertaining is. Fee-fi-fo-fum. We're playing stuff. Keep going. Hey, Brayden. I'm getting there. How does whining sound as a giant? I'm getting there. That wasn't a whine. That wasn't a whine. I'm not whining. Cubs under 6 years old are kept in secluded dens and never encountered by hostile humans. Never. Nope. No hostile humans. Okay. Sure, when pregnant, the female retreats with her mate and an older female who acts as a midwife. In a very secluded area, they prepare a special den that'll be home for the mother and her cubs for the next 6 years. How do I do that, Mike?
Alright. Now, did you understand the remotely? No, you didn't. That's right.
What?
I have to read all that again.
I can understand everything you said. I totally understood you. You said that they had dens and stuff.
Yes.
They lived in holes or...
Hello there, polygraph. Yo, what up?
So, polygraph probably confusing to come in at that moment.
Indeed. Maybe even look.
Maybe even gone for... Give us another shot sometime. It's like, this is a really weird place.
We had 4 a little while ago.
That's right, don't worry about it.
It was a joke.
Fluxes all over.
I know.
So, humans, or lycanthropes,
yes,
werewolves,
yes,
you said live in a house of someone they killed,
or
a hole,
yes,
like a den,
or in a wagon,
That's basically what you said.
Yes.
That all
Yes.
that talk was that.
Yes.
All right.
And that they store their possessions if.
And they store their kids somewhere.
Yes, in
dens. That's important. What's that last bit? Because that might become important later.
Cubs under 6 years old are kept in
6 years old?
Yes. Are kept in secluded dens and never encountered by hostile humans. 6 years.
So if they're
long, have they never?
If they've never encounter hostile humans,
yes.
Why don't they just all live in that frickin' place and then they'd never have to encounter hostile humans?
How would they eat?
What kind of place do they have that they can never encounter hostile humans? Humans are nuts. They'll go into a hole. Hey, look, there's a den of lycanthropes. Find the cubs. I mean, they're gonna find them.
I don't know.
Humans. The scourge of all in science fiction. It's humans.
Well, I know there's more on that in a second as we go into more werewolf society.
There's more?
Yo, we're barely past halfway. Actually, we're barely to halfway, sorry. Actually, we're not even halfway now.
Get on with it.
Werewolf lives in packs generally related by bloodlines. Werewolf packs of 5 to 8 individuals are single-family groups consisting of male, female, and 3 to 6 cubs. 6 to 9 year olds. Cubs under 6 year old.
Sorry.
Cubs under 6 years old are kept in secluded dens and never. No.
You said that
I already
already.
said that. Okay.
Maybe you couldn't understand yourself. So wait. You couldn't understand yourself when you had the deep voice. But you sounded normal to us.
When pregnant, the female retreats with her mate and an older female who will act as a midwife. In a very secluded area, they prepare a special den that will be home for the mother and her cubs for the next 6 years. The female gives birth to a litter of 5 to 10 cubs. The cubs are born in the hybrid form. They resemble fuzzy human babies with wolf-like faces.
Aww! How
Infant
cute!
mortality is high. 2 to 4 cubs of each litter never reach 60% of growth.
Will they eat them?
Cubs grow at the same rate as humans for the first 5 years. By the 6th year, they attain 60% of their full growth.
Because they're going to be let out at 6 years.
Yep. At this point, they develop the ability to transform into their other forms each following year.
Wait. So at the 5-year mark, they're still fuzzy half things?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yep. At this point, they develop the ability to transform into their other forms. Each following year brings an increase in 10% growth.
Wait.
Where wolves are considered to mature at age 10.
Wait. Right? You're a 5-year-old wolf. We're about to turn werewolf.
Yes.
6 they can transfer, right?
Yes.
But at 5.5, whatever, they're they're half wolf,
Yes.
half human.
Yes. Up until...
How do you know if it's not a wolf were? And it's like, I'll trans, and it turns into a human. And they're like, well, no, you were supposed to turn into a wolf and be a human.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break you.
If a werewolf mates with a woman, the offspring is completely human. Okay?
Wait.
I don't know.
What else are you going to mate with? Keep going. And if is it where wolf has to be a male?
I don't know.
Okay, keep going. This is cool. Some 12-year-old write this. Keep going.
Yes, the temperament reflects the father.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Such children are violent, combative, and prone to mental illness.
So when you're giggling like that, no one can understand what you said. So let's try again.
Such children are violent, combative, and prone to mental illness. There is a 10% chance...
Wait, now D&D's going into mental illness.
Yep, there's a 10% chance each year from the onset of adolescence that such a child will spontaneously transform into a werewolf. But it just said they were completely human.
No, if they're sitting there and they're in high school and they're playing basketball and they're a little stressed, they're gonna turn into a wolf and they'll be like slam
skipped a
dunks.
generation or whatever.
And they'll slam dunk.
Oh,
I saw the movie.
We thought it was skipping a generation, even though it never has. All right, ready for ecology?
Okay, sure.
Werewolves
Hit me with ecology.
are a particular hybrid of human and lupine personalities. So it's only
Look, it's just like that on there. Right there.
Yes. They are savage killers, yet they are devoted to their close-knit families. Werewolves are hostile towards lycanthropes who oppose them, especially werebears. Mammals are the most common... No, that's mammal. That's the next page. Okay, that's it.
What?
That's the next page. I was just going to keep reading on the next page.
Nice.
There we go.
So that's second edition. What did we learn in second edition? Did we learn anything?
Yes.
What? You shouldn't say yes, because now we gotta
They're
say what.
gypsies.
They're gypsies. That's right.
And gypsies get prosecuted for being werewolves.
That's right. Do I have to turn your camera again if you're gonna lean over there so you can be...
Stop changing the camera!
I'm not. It is right there.
Mom, leave it here now.
I'm gonna move you there again. I gotta chase you around. What? No, there's a wire. Okay. Here, try to get that out of the way. Alright, so we go to 3, or are we gonna go to Castles and Crusades first?
You usually go to CNC.
Before 3rd?
Yes.
I thought I'd go after 3rd before 4th.
No, you usually go before.
No, you're confused.
No, you go before 3rd.
You're confused. I'm going to 3rd.
Go look at
going
the
to 3rd.
Go look at the VOD of the last
No,
one. You went right after
going
second.
to 3rd. Okay, lycanthrope. H-I-J-K-M. Okay, nope. M's not there. Medusa, that's still M's. They don't have lycanthropes. So we're gonna look up at the werewolf. Where's it gonna be in the back?
Use the table of contents.
No, never.
3rd has one.
No, I
Use it.
refuse. Here, why don't you look it up
This
in
is
there?
why I always. Because I find it in here.
Yeah. Bye.
While you do CNC, and then while you're doing 3rd, I go find 4 so I can read the 2 sentences it has on whatever it is.
You talking? You still talking?
You're talking to me.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Let's see. H-I-J-K-L. We'll try lycanthrope again. Lycanthrope, where... Oh, look, now they got foxwoman in here, too. Werefox. Foxwoman.
Why is it always... Why
Let's
is
see.
werefox?
So werefox, or foxwoman, that is more commonly called, breaks some of the rules for lycanthropes. Because first off, only females can become foxwomen.
Okay, why? Because of the song Foxy Lady? I don't know.
I don't know.
Great.
Because 12-year-old. Okay. Were spiders. Were tigers. Were leopard.
Where's spiders?
Right there. Careful. Werewolf. Here we go. Werewolf in Castles and Crusades, which is, I guess now it's called an old school revival, even though it is its own thing and wasn't a revival, it was just a thing. But so technically not an OCR, but OCR-ish. A fun, look it up. Their player handbook's free. At TrollLordGames.com. Let's see, give you a better thing to look at again. All right. Lycanthrope Werewolf. Number 3 to 18. I'm at that stage in this. I'm going to look through regular eyes. 3 to 18, medium sized, 4-hit dice of D8s. AC 16. Is that about the same? Chaotic Evil now. Shape Changer. Did you find it?
Yeah.
It's in the back where you can be a...
Yes, it's for building.
Yeah. Bite 2d4. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, you're just always like, yep, that's what it is.
What else are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Sit here and just drool like this?
Yeah, that might be good.
I already do that.
Drool Cam. Special Curse of Lycanthropy, Wolf Empathy, Trip, Alternate Form, Twilight Vision, Protect Regeneration 2. Like were-rats, the lycanthropy of werewolves is thoroughly tainted by evil, and in animal form they are among the most wicked of creatures. Their animal forms are massive, far larger than a typical wolf. They dwell in darkness. Dwell in dark forests and prowl only at night. Werewolves are very protective of their domains and each other, rallying to any howl of distress. These creatures always hunt in packs of 3 to 18. Ow! All right. Werewolves are cunning hunters. They will utilize pack tactics. Oh, I wonder if that's going to be a pack tactic thing in 5e. And harassing techniques before closing in for a kill. They are cunning and very dangerous, but will flee in the face of capable opposition. A werewolf can attempt to drag an opponent to the ground when it makes a successful bite. That's called tripping in Castles and Crusades. The opponent is allowed a dex save to resist being pulled to the ground. Opponents pulled down in this manner automatically act last in the next round. Alternative form. A werewolf can assume form of human once per day.
Just once?
So this is opposite. This is a full-born werewolf, probably.
Yeah.
It retains the following abilities: human form, alternate form, and twilight vision. Werewolves are immune to polymorph attacks or effects unless they wish to be affected. A werewolf that sees another werewolf taking damage becomes incensed and protective. This instinct provides the werewolf a +2 bonus on all attacks and damage rolls. Oh, that's cool. They just turned it into a blanket thing instead of seeing their cubs. This bonus only applies if at least 2 werewolves are in combat and one sees another suffer damage. Wolf Empathy, wolves...
Cast Darkness.
Nice, good idea.
Now we all have to make blindside attacks.
Yeah, so if I can do that, that's great. Wolves empathize and enjoy the company of werewolves. Werewolves can telepathically communicate with any wolf within 1 mile. In addition, the werewolf can summon 1d6 wolves to its location if the wolves are within 1 mile. The wolves will begin to arrive 2d6 minutes later. Well, that's cool. That's
minutes. That means the combat round should be done. That's when
but if you if they spotted you right off the bat,
yes,
right?
That's true.
And then you haven't done anything yet, and you're like, okay, we're gonna do that, and all of a sudden a crap ton of wolves show up. It's like, oops. All right, so 3E, they don't have it as a monster. They have it as a build your own, right? Lycanthrope. I lycanthropes.
Yeah, so you passed before,
I will
so I
not.
can get a head start on that.
Here you go.
Thank you. You normally have it on this side.
Whatever.
You do.
Lycanthropes are humanoids that can transform themselves into animals or hybrid monsters. Evil lycanthropes often hide among normal folk, emerging in animal form at night, especially under the full moon, to spread terror and bloodshed. I'm going to spread bloodshed. How are you going to do that? I'm going to cut people open. Oh, okay. So that's... that seems like it doesn't need its own word, bloodshed. They're going to spread bloodshed and spread terror. Creating a lycanthrope. Lycanthrope is a template that can be added to any humanoid creature, referred hereafter as the character. The creature's... okay, so... the creature's type changes to shape changer. So you can take anything, turn them into a shape changer. And it has to have some characteristics of a carnivorous animal, referred to hereafter as the animal. This can be a predator between the size of a small dog and a large bear.
Yes,
I am
the Chihuahua. The
Chihuahua.
My bark is in fact nastier than my bite.
No, because it can't. Your bite is disease.
No, I attack with the bark, and it said, at least the other edition said,
that had other ways of transferring its disease.
Or if they just took a blanket, 25% of your damage you could take.
No, that was just an example of 24 hit points.
Oh. What?
It was 1% per hit point.
Okay. Now I'm confused.
Yeah. Same as the character. Your speed is the same as the character or animal, depending on which form you're in. Okay, yes.
No, really.
Damage the same as the character or animal, depending on which form you're in. Hey, wait, let's have this. Special attacks.
Depends on
which animal you're in. Lycanthrope retains all special attacks of the character or animal, depending which form it's using.
Go to the next page. It should have a list of all. Okay.
Special qualities, saves, common lycanthropes. Werewolf, +2 strength, +4 dex, +4 con. Feats, blind fighting, improved initiative, and weapon finesse. Bite. So, I can bite finesse. Use your dex on your bite, right? Mm-hmm. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, it depends. What did it say?
You said, They've got weapon finesse for their bite.
Okay, yeah. That means they can use the dex.
How do you know it meant that in 3rd edition?
Because I play Never Next.
Ah, good point. But you're right. So they have a dex +4, so that's going to be nice.
There's something or other. I think there was some way to
they also get a
longsword finesse or something for a ranger. I thought, I don't know.
Okay, out of that rabbit hole. Lycanthropes receive a +4 racial bonus to search, spot, and listen checks when in humanoid form.
I hear you.
Feats same as characters. So they really didn't do anything except gives you a plus strength, +4 dex, and +4 con. So why the hell not? Lycanthrope characters, here you go.
Out.
Since they live in the wilderness, most lycanthropes become barbarians or rangers. Were-rats tend to become rogues. Okay. I think control shape becoming...
And they really ran with that. Looking ahead.
Yeah, I know that. But so, rare rats have always been roguish.
Oh, I get that. I'm just...
Doesn't change their favorite class. Okay, here's the affliction. When a character contracts lycanthropy through a lycanthrope's attack, no symptoms appear until the first night of the next full moon. Okay, I guess technically a full moon usually has 1 night, but you can spread it to 3. That's the reason for the 3s. Okay. On that night, the afflicted character involuntarily assumes animal form and becomes a ravenous beast, forgetting his or her own identity. The character remains in animal form, assuming the appropriate alignment until dawn and remembers nothing about the incident. Thereafter, the character is subject to involuntary transformation under full moon and whenever damaged in combat. He or she feels an overwhelming rage building,
anger rising,
and must succeed at a control shape check to resist changing into animal form. See sidebar. control shape. Wisdom. Any character who has contracted lycanthropy and is aware of his or her condition can learn control shape as a class skill. This determines whether the afflicted lycanthrope can voluntarily control his or her shape. Natural lycanthropes instead have improved control shape feat, which give them full control. Check. The afflicted character must make a check at moonrise each night of the full moon to resist involuntarily assuming animal form. An injured character must also check for involuntary change after accumulating enough damage to reduce his or her hit points to 1/4 and again after each additional 1/4 lost. The same DC as for a full moon. So resist involuntary change is a 25 DC, as is return to human form. Return to human form not a full moon is a DC 20. Voluntary change full moon is a 10% or is a DC 10. Voluntary change not full moon is a 15. For game purposes, the full moon lasts 3 days every month. There you go. Check for involuntary change once each time a triggering event occurs. On a failed check, return to humanoid form. The character must remain an animal. Okay, special. Involuntary change or hybrid form ruins the character's armor and clothing if the new form is larger than the character's natural form. Characters can hastily doff clothing while changing, but not armor. Magic armor survives the change if succeeds at a fortitude save at DC 15. So you rip off your stuff. Here's the cure, okay, for back in 3rd edition. An afflicted character who eats a sprig of belladonna, also called a wolf's bane, they gave us a new name for it, within an hour of a lycanthrope's attack. Did we used to have longer than that?
Yes. Like a day.
No, it was
3
like...
days.
No, it was a few hours, but not 1 hour. I think it was 3 hours. Can attempt a fortitude save of DC 20 to shake off the affliction. If a healer administers the herb, use a character save or the healer's heal check, whichever's higher. The character gets only one chance, no matter how much belladonna is consumed. The belladonna must be reasonably fresh within the last week. However, fresh or not, belladonna is toxic. Must succeed a fortitude save DC 13 or take initial damage of 1d6 points of temporary strength. 1 minute later, the character must succeed at a second save or take an additional 2d6 points of temporary strength damage.
Okay.
A remove disease or heal spell cast by a cleric of at least 12th level also cures the affliction, provided the character receives the spell within 3 days of the attack.
Okay.
The only other way to remove the affliction is to cast Remove Curse or Break Enchantment on the character during one of the 3 days of the full moon. After receiving the spell, the character must succeed on a will save DC 20 to break the curse. The caster knows that the spell works. Otherwise, the process must be repeated. The character undergoing this cure are often kept bound or confined in cages until the cure takes effect. Only afflicted lycanthropes can be cured. And here's some samples. The werewolf is now 2d8 plus 4 hit points. Speed of 30 feet, 50 feet as a wolf. Initiative 0 and plus 6. Plus 2 and plus 4 of an improved initiative as a wolf or a hyper. They get blind fighting, improved initiative, weapon finesse bite. They can live anywhere. Werewolf. Werewolves in humanoid form have no distinguishing traits. Combat can assume hybrid form. There's your alternative. They can trip still. Okay, so that's what Castles and Crusades has tripped. Werewolf hits with a bite. They can attempt to trip the opponent as a free action, which they list on page 139 of the player's handbook if you want to know where free actions were, by the way.
Okay.
Without making a touch attack or provoking an attack of opportunity if the attempt fails. The opponent cannot react to the trip. to trip the werewolf. And they have a +4 racial bonus to wilderness lore when they are in wolf form. Alright, there you go. So you said they were going to make a lot of this rogue thing with the...
Yes. 4E goes
4E.
back to lycanthropes.
Okay. Well, this was in lycanthropes. They just had it as...
Yeah. A lycanthrope is a bestial shape changer that preys on other living creatures. It often assumes animal form in the wild, hunting in packs with similar animals or others of its kind.
Alright.
When infiltrating civilized humanoid settlements, it assumes a benign human form, blending in with the local populace.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, lycanthropes gather
No werewolf here.
in clannish communities hidden in remote places, or they live secretly among other races. Although they hunt when they please, lycanthropes are most active on nights of the full moon. A lycanthrope's superficiality resembles the human or other humanoid creature. It stands erect, but has the head of a ravenous animal such as a rat or wolf. A lycanthrope can assume the form of a specific humanoid, usually a human with subtle physical traits that betray the creature's true heritage. Long hair, long fingernails, or pointed teeth, for instance. A lycanthrope assumes humanoid form only when it needs to disguise itself from something non-threatening.
These are assuming that they were born lycanthropes.
I guess. In animal form, a lycanthrope resembles a powerful version of the normal animal, although its eyes betray a spark of unnatural intelligence. Lycanthrope typically assumes animal form when it hunts, and sometimes when it needs to flee. Lore, I need you to make a nature check.
Alright, let me get the die out. These are really old dice, too. One of these will be a D20 eventually.
You can just roll any dice, it doesn't matter if it's
No, I can't cheat that
doesn't
way.
matter.
Here we go. Wow, look at this one. That's like a cool old game science or something. Nope, that's not. See, oh well, anyway. What I need.
15?
Just got it.
Yeah.
If I had 7.
Lycanthropy is hereditary, and lycanthropes mate with those of similar species to produce lycanthrope offspring. Some lycanthropes can also mate with similarly sized humanoids, something producing lycanthrope children, sometimes. However, the blood is diluted in this way, and Mesa's children never change or instead become shifters.
Shifty.
Alright. We only have, by the way, were-rats and werewolves, and judging by last thing, what it said that they typically took on, were-rats are skirmishers, and werewolves are brutes.
That's it?
Yeah.
What do they have? Let's read a special ability for, like, their attack.
Great club bite
Let me see.
for werewolf.
You mind if I look at it?
Go ahead.
Or
You can read the tactics if you want.
Okay, yeah, great clubs just what they do. Bites just what they do. Blood rage.
Mm-hmm.
The werewolf's melee attacks deal 4 extra damage against bloodied targets. A bloodied target is one that's what, at half?
I don't know.
In 4th edition, it's a half.
You expect me to know?
They can shape change. A lone werewolf tries to isolate and pick off victims one at a time. When bloodied, it usually flees to regenerate. In the wild, werewolves tend to hunt in packs. When a pack of werewolves attacks, half the pack fights in true hybrid form, wielding great clubs, and the other half fights in wolf form.
Okay.
No, but look at this along the bottom. Do you see this?
Huh.
Here's the disease. Filth fever. Oh wait, you start here. No, it's like it goes 2 different directions. Initial effect: the target loses 1 healing surge. Target takes a -2 penalty to AC. If it's a low, okay. I guess it's called Filth Fever. Initial effect: target loses 1 healing surge. Remember, 4th edition was like a video game. Then they took a -2 penalty to AC, fortitude defense, and reflex defense. Then the final state, the target takes a -2 penalty to AC, fortitude defense, and reflex defense. The target loses all healing surges and cannot regain hit points. Their endurance, okay, to stabilize, you do endurance to stabilize. Though this you get Moon Frenzy. The initial effect, target's -2 penalty willpower defense. Then while bloodied, the target must make a saving throw at the end of each turn. If the saving throw fails, the target makes a melee attack on its next turn against a random target within 5 squares of it. If no targets are within 5 squares, the target does nothing but move in a randomly chosen direction.
Okay.
In the final state, the target attacks the nearest creature in its line of sight. If it cannot see any other creatures, it does nothing but move in a random chosen direction. That's a weird.
So it just flails there if we can't go kill something.
I think so.
Got it.
I'm not sure how this works. Here, you can look at it. It's weird arrows and stuff. It's like got weird arrows. And that, look at that. With no, it always does it. Even when we have hardly any viewers, when you pull out the 4th edition, it's the viewer.
Just
viewer,
me.
The viewers go down. Yeah. That's just what it says.
I know.
So here we go. Now we're on 5E. Werewolf. Where you at, Werewolf?
That's if, depending on the level, if it was the werewolf bite or a were-rat bite. Because the were-rats were level 3 and the werewolves were level 8.
Here they are in lycanthropes. 5E has a whole thing, which is 1 page of lycanthropes. One of the most ancient and feared of all curses, lycanthropy can transform the most civilized humanoid into a ravening beast. In its natural humanoid form, a creature cursed by lycanthropy appears as its normal self. Over time, however, many lycanthropes acquire features suggestive of their animal form. In that animal form, a lycanthrope resembles a powerful version of a normal animal. On close inspection, its eyes show a faint spark of unnatural intelligence and might glow red in the dark. Evil lycanthropes hide among normal folk, emerging in animal form at night to spread
evil ones.
To spread terror and bloodshed.
And what was that show we like just watched like the first episode of? With like the werewolf
That one
guy.
show.
Oh, it was the monster. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't know. Keep going.
Anyway, they want to spread terror and bloodshed, especially under a full moon. Good lycanthropes are reclusive and uncomfortable around other civilized creatures, often living alone in wilderness areas far from villages and towns. Curse of lycanthropy. A humanoid creature can be afflicted with a curse of lycanthropy after being wounded by a lycanthrope, or if one or both of its parents are lycanthropes. A remove curse spell can rid the afflicted lycanthrope of the curse, but a natural-born lycanthrope can be freed of the curse only with a wish. No, they can get rid of it now.
Oh. Why would they want to?
I don't know. Well,
I guess body dysmorphia.
And yeah, people don't always like to be what they are. A lycanthrope can either resist or curse or embrace it. You know what? Maybe the world's ready for a good lycanthrope story.
Maybe.
There you go. Can either resist or curse or embrace it. By resisting the curse, the lycanthrope retains its normal alignment and personality while in humanoid form. It lives its life as it always has, burying deep the bestial urges raging inside it. However, when a full moon rises, the curse becomes too strong to resist, transforming the individual into its beast form, or into a horrible hybrid form that combines animal and humanoid traits. When the moon wanes, the beast within can be controlled once again, especially if the cursed creature is unaware of its condition. It might not remember the events of its transformation, though those memories often haunt a lycanthrope as bloody dreams. Some individuals see little point in fighting the curse and accept what they are. With time and experience, they learn to master their shape-shifting ability and can assume beast form or hybrid form at will. Most lycanthropes that embrace their bestial natures succumb to bloodlust, becoming evil, opportunistic creatures that prey on the weak. And then we skip over to werewolf.
Alright.
A werewolf is a savage predator. In its humanoid form, a werewolf has heightened senses, a fiery temper, and a tendency to eat rare meat.
Oh, how rare. So if
So if you go out to dinner, I want rare meat. And I guess you have to talk like these. Actually, you probably talk.
No, but what would be awful? When the werewolf gets infected with limes.
What if a vegetarian werewolf? What if you're a vegetarian and become a werewolf? Would you still want raw meat, or would you have like soy?
I don't know, but
raw
one
soy.
of the
I want my soy raw.
one of the things for catching limes, though, is you could essentially essentially become allergic to red meat.
That'd be funny.
That and
So
I
there
think
you go.
arthritis.
So why don't you write a story? One of these things. That'd be a great character. I'm a werewolf, but I have Lyme's disease.
The clerics can't cure me because they know what I was.
See? So that'd be a great story. Write it. Rare meat. Its wolf form is a fearsome predator, but its hybrid form is more terrifying by far.
By far. Okay.
A furred and well-muscled humanoid body topped by a ravening wolf's head. A werewolf can wield weapons in hybrid form, though it prefers to tear foes apart with its powerful claws and bite. I like that. Remember we were talking about 5th edition not always describing things?
Uh-huh.
I like that they described it.
There you go.
Most werewolves flee civilized lands not long after becoming afflicted. Those that reject the curse fear what will happen if they remain among friends and family. Those that embrace the curse fear discovery and the consequences of their murderous acts. In the wild, werewolves form packs that also include wolves and direwolves. There's PCs as lycanthropes, and how to do it. A character who becomes the lycanthrope retains his or her stats, except as specified by the lycanthrope type.
Okay.
The character gains lycanthrope speed in non-humanoid form, damage, immunities, traits, and actions that don't involve equipment. The character is proficient with the lycanthrope's natural attacks, such as bite and claws, which will deal damage as shown in the lycanthrope stats. The character can't speak while in animal form. Hey, that's what I said. A humanoid hit by an attack that carries a curse of lycanthropy must succeed in a Constitution saving throw, DC 8, plus the lycanthrope's proficiency bonus. That's weak. Plus the lycanthrope's con modifier. Well, that's not as weak. So it's like first level, they'd get a +2. If it had a con of like 14, that's what, another +2. So you'd have to go to 12. Pretty easy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or be cursed. If the character embraces the curse, his or her alignment becomes one defined for the lycanthrope. The DM is free to decide that a change in alignment places the character under DM control until the curse of lycanthropy is removed. Well, the DM's always allowed to do that. Thank you for giving me permission that you don't need to give me because you gave me on page 6.
There you go.
Werewolf. The characters gain strength of 15 if his or her score isn't already higher, and +1 bonus to AC while in wolf or hybrid form due to natural armor. Attack and damage rolls for the natural weapons are based on strength. And here is Mr. Werewolf. He's got his own little quote from an elf druid.
Alright.
The company of the Black Moon, they used to be adventurers loyal to the realm. Now they roam the woods as a pack of werewolves. The king has promised estates, titles, and gold to anyone who can undo the curse afflicting them. I, for one, have no interest in such rewards, said Thornstaff Elf Druid.
Just like I could help you, but
I'm not gonna. They come naturally out of the box as an AC 11
okay.
in humanoid form, AC 12 in wolf form, and hybrid form.
Wow, +1 natural armor.
They come with 98 plus 18 hit points, Speed of 30, 40 in wolf form. Strength 15, Dex 13, Con 14, Int 10, Wiz 11, Charisma 10. So
They're a guy.
they're
They're just a dude.
yeah. Although in my world, I still think 10 straight across the board is a regular guy, and that's actually nice to them because that's still heroic. 9s would be average, I guess.
No, that's a -1.
Yep. Most
But
commoners.
we're comparing every creature to humans, and humans are just 10 across.
Yeah, whatever. Shape changer. Can use its action to polymorph into wolf, humanoid, or hybrid. Or into a wolf and back into its true form, which is humanoid. Its statistics other than its AC are the same in each form. Any equipment it is wearing or carrying isn't transformed.
On your note about humans being 9s or them being 10, I think they should have any stat be between 9 to 11.
Yeah.
Because either one,
Yeah, that's what they are.
just generally.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Keen hearing and smell. Werewolf has advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing. Perception with hearing. Multi-attack, humanoid, or hybrid only. They can make 2 attacks, bite one of its claws, or spear. Spear bite. Bite, hybrid or wolf only. That's +4 to hit. 1d8 +2 piercing. If the target is humanoid, it must succeed on a DC 12 con saving throw or be cursed with werewolf lycanthropy. So they just gave you a straight DC 12 here. Did they calculate it out right? Because it's supposed to be his proficiency and his con. So they've made it for an 8. So I guess that's a first level werewolf. Claws, 2d4 +2 slashing. And a spear in humanoid form only. Okay. He can throw it. So there you go. Ta-da! We have done werewolf. So, what do you think?
As,
Final thoughts.
As general, I tend to like second, and that's not.
What'd you like about second?
I
Just
don't
that
know.
it gave you so much information, or
Yeah,
what?
probably, yeah. Gave so much info.
I like second. That's fine. I like, I still like the way Castles and Crusades also talks about stuff. That's always good. I think you can pull some stuff out of every edition, though.
Well, I think so too.
But
Like, what was for the different creatures, the lycanthropy affected you different depending on what you were bit by.
what do you mean? I don't remember.
It was all 4th edition eyes, but essentially a were-rat bite. Lycanthropy affects you differently than a werewolf lycanthropy bite.
Okay.
Essentially what it was.
Okay. Like made you more dexterous versus made you more rat-like? Is that what you mean?
It
I
was,
don't
in
understand.
addition to that, it was like versus like how you save from it and,
Oh, okay. So
and
each
how
one
it
was its
affects
unique
you
thing.
like before you turn.
Okay. Oh yeah, because the filthy that one was a moon thing and one was a filthy
Something like that.
curse thing. Fair enough. I liked how the first edition stuff was like hours ago. Just still had some of that adding the rules as you went feeling. It was obviously only humans. It was a human disease, and all of a sudden it's like they still only mentioned it like once that it could help do a humanoid.
In each edition.
No, and I think it was
After
second mentioned humanoid once,
yes.
but other than that, it kept mentioning human. So still not very clear on that. That might be a fun way to do it in your setting. Is just to keep it human only.
Mm-hmm.
But just have it be a blood-borne disease or something that only humans get. But with that, I think we're done this week. Hope everybody has a good new year. I'm in the process of fixing up the VODs and gonna ship some over to YouTube to get them there because we haven't put one up in like a year. So we should get that done since some people say they like them. as long, cumbersome things. So we'll just leave them as long, cumbersome things.
Yep.
And until next time, find your wave and ride it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.